5 Israeli soldiers killed over the weekend in Gaza. With no sign of a truce, Operation Protective Edge enters its 13th day. Prime Minister says only a ground operation will stop terrorist tunnels, and hundreds in Tel Aviv protest for and against the operation. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. Today is Sunday, July 20th, and here are your updates on Israel's current offensive in Gaza. 4 Israeli soldiers were killed in the Gaza Strip on Saturday, bringing the total number of Israeli military casualties to 5 since the start of the ground offensive. Staff Sergeant Banya Raval, a 20-year-old soldier from Cholon, Second Lieutenant Bar Rahav from Ramat Yishai, 21, Sergeant Adar Barsano, 20, of Nahariya, Major Amotz Greenberg, 45, of Hod HaSharon, and 20-year-old Staff Sergeant Eitan Barak from Herzliya all lost their lives over the weekend. Since the beginning of the operation, 7 Israelis have been killed, including 2 civilians. Gaza's health ministry officials said at least 370 Palestinians, many of them civilians, have been killed in the 13-day conflict, and about 2,600 have been wounded. As Operation Protective Edge, now an air, sea, and land operation, enters its 13th day, sirens continue to blare throughout the country as the IDF continues to strike back. Sirens sounded throughout the country over the weekend. Following sirens in Ashkelon and Beersheba at around 8:30 a.m. this morning, the Iron Dome rocket defense system intercepted 1 rocket over each city, and a number of rockets fell in open areas of the 2 cities. The IDF has struck 2,600 Hamas and Islamic Jihad targets since the start of Operation Protective Edge, and some 500 targets since the start of the ground offensive. A senior military source said airstrikes are expected to intensify in northern Gaza, where a concentration of rocket launchers is located. After days of waiting and deliberation, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Thursday night directed the IDF to send ground troops into Gaza to strike the terror tunnels into Israel. The dramatic decision followed by less than 24 hours an attempted massive attack by 13 terrorists who burrowed into Israel through a tunnel near Kibbutz Sufa. The terrorists were discovered and then repelled. The IDF initiated the ground offensive at 10:38 p.m. Thursday by sending large numbers of forces to destroy similar terrorist tunnels. The IDF has uncovered 36 tunnel shafts and 14 tunnels, some of which are underground cross-border attack structures, since the beginning of the operation. There was reinforced police presence at Tel Aviv's Habima Square Saturday night to keep apart hundreds of protesters rallying for and against Israel's offensive in the Gaza Strip. The protests turned violent when right-wing activists hurled eggs and water bottles at those calling for Israel to get out of Gaza. In Tel Aviv, police officers blocked off the protesters who tried to attack left-wing demonstrators. 4 were arrested on violence charges and disrupting the peace. Meanwhile, in Haifa, at the Merkaz HaKarmel area, hundreds of Arabs and Israeli protesters, both against the Gaza operation and in support of it, staged demonstrations in the northern port city. That's all for today. Go to JPOST.com and check out our Facebook page for more on Operation Protective Edge. Until tomorrow, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studio.